Hello everyone, happy Sunday. So I am going to read on, I have so many questions from you guys for the live stream about this, meeting in Alaska with that Trump and the Pudz have planned. But there are so many different angles to work it. I think it would take up the whole live stream, so I'm doing it separately now. Okay, so I'm going to use this deck to fine-tune a bunch of separate questions, and then I'll use the maybe Lenormand and do a big spread on how it will go for Zelensky in Ukraine. So, yeah. So someone had a question as to whether or not it will be canceled. Will it actually happen? So let me read on that first. August 15th in Alaska. Will this meeting actually happen? Yeah, of course, Putin's not, he can't just travel around and use European airspace to get anywhere. So to go around the other way and go to Alaska is, that's a give for him, that Trump is giving him. Because the ICC has an arrest warrant out for Putin for trafficking children. So, okay. Will it be canceled? Is it going to go on? Will it happen? Okay, so there's the agreement. I think I'll just do it. Here's Putin. Here's him traveling and the decision. He's got some new plans. That's pretty solid. Yeah, I mean, things are definitely going to be tricky, that's for darn sure. And a big distraction. But so far what I'm getting here is, yes, movement with the planned meeting, yes, and with the anchor up there, yes. There's a lot of, subterfuge and obfuscation, but we've got yes, yes. Neutral cards here, but this feels like a yes for me. If it were a no, I would have the coffin and the mountain and the snake and a bunch of other things that didn't come through. So, okay. I don't believe it'll be canceled. So, next question. Is the meeting with Putin really about Ukraine? Or is it a cover for something else? Or is it for more than one purpose? So the real reasons for the meeting. I mean, you could imagine. Trump needs distraction off of the Epstein issue and the new book that's coming out. Andrew Lowney's, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, has a book coming out on the 14th. So the real reason for the meeting, or is it because Putin has a demand? What's going to happen? What is going to happen, or why? No, I'll do the what's going to happen after. But the why? Why? What's the intention? What is the real intention, or what are the real intentions? Right there. Yeah, it's hidden. I think I'll have to bring the lens up a little bit. There we go. Move these other decks out of the way. There we go. Oh, it doesn't matter. Probably only do 9 cards anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay. So maybe I can get who's who. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, great. Okay. So this I would think is Trump being loyal with his interactions. Let's keep going. Why not? There's the travel, the actions. I mean, yeah, we have distraction. Yeah. There's hidden secrets. There's information that's going to be passed on out of loyalty. Okay. Let's move these up a little bit. So I would have to say, yes, they're trying to, well, it might seem a little confusing, but to me the clouds, I mean, because the clouds it's a card of confusion, but it has, cover, right? Cloud cover. So it's partly to cover Trump's guilt and also to facilitate his loyalty to Putin. Here's Trump down here. He's not in a powerful position. And yes, it is a distraction. But they are also going to be exchanging some hidden conversations. But Trump may be betrayed because the conversations may be seen and released by Russia later on, because that usually happens. But yeah, we have secret hidden enemies here, and it's also happening in Alaska to block anything coming, little bits coming out from, to the public. Trump just really cares about, hiding. He's trying to hide. It's all about the distraction from the Epstein files or Epstein issues. Would Trump tell Pudz to stop releasing naked photos of Melania? The little drip that keeps coming out. Oh my goodness. But yeah, he's guilty with his ties to Putin that are a huge distraction off of the Epstein files. And there's also the real reason is also, besides the distraction, it's also the action to try and get a decision out of Putin, maybe to stop beating him up somehow, or I don't know. I mean, geez, you guys, I thought this little guy was dead, but seeing him, and he was not a body double, but seeing him go out and shake, what's his name, Steve, I think it's Steve, but whatever, Witkoff, shake his hand, I'm like, oh crap, he's up, he's out, yeah. But he's been down. He's been down and unseen and hidden. But now he's up and out. So, yeah, it's a cover. It's a cover for Trump's guilt. Trump has more than two reasons for he's under a lot of stress and anxiety. These two cards together are stress and anxiety right here when they come in together, and he's been under repeated stress and anxiety, and it's all about Epstein. What else could it be? Now, yeah, because I have distraction here. I have major distraction. The reasons are all right here. All of this is coming up behind him. He's guilty. He's made a decision with his ties, with his commitment, with his goals, to try and ease some of the stress off of him and just hide further. All of these cards are weighing down on him. He's afraid of being betrayed more and having things come out. and be seen, and the news cycle just keeps whipping, pumping out how guilty he is about so many things. So yeah, it's deflection. It is distraction and deflection. And that's what the invitation is all about. That's why we have the new invitation. Yeah, okay. So that feels cleared there. Let me go ahead and bring out this deck. So maybe Lenormand. And I want to find out whether Zelensky goes or not, or whether they even meet in the same room. That's kind of here nor there. It does, I'm not going to focus on that. But I do want to find out, how will Zelensky and Ukraine come out of this? Will they have to give up land? Will they trade land? I mean, Zelensky's already said Ukrainians will not gift their land to the occupier. And he rejected the idea of any land swap. So then Kyiv said that they're not going to reward Russia for its aggression. And the UK, I mean, we've got France, Italy, European Union, Finland, Poland, and the lady that Trump met with in Scotland, Ursula von de something Leyen, she was rejecting, their meeting as well, that saying that Trump and Putin can't decide anything without Ukraine. So I think I can bring the camera down because these cards are really small. How's this going to go for Ukraine, for Zelensky, for Ukraine? There. Okay, well, it's quite the burden. Okay. There's the land. Okay. Well, moving goods across the land. Oh, that's interesting. There's the choice. There's stability. Okay, let me bring it down a little more. There we go. Okay. There's Trump stoking the flames, and we're going to see him as the major distractor. Here's Putin in his greed. This has always been my Putin card in this deck. Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, crap. Okay. Now, because I have the Putin card here, I'm not going to use this card for Russia. I'm going to use this card as power and protection and money. So, yeah, let's stop there. Okay, so with the cross right in the center, it's a card of, it is his cross, it's Zelensky's cross to bear. It has to do with something that could take 1 to 6 months. It has to do with a lot of self-reflection and being patient and having faith and praying. Just tons of prayer. Yeah, but him taking self-responsibility for the situation most of all. And notice how Trump is up here, hanging over him, acting and speaking, in ways that are distracting and are, just like a con man. The foxes are fraudster, are scam artist, are manipulative little, I'll let you fill in the blank, and very deceitful. So Zelensky has to be really alert and, well, but he's strong. He's really strong. And so he's having to look at things from the point of course, what would create some movement and action, or how do I bring light to the action that they're trying to. Well, he'll say it. He'll say what he needs to say. What's happening over here? So things will come out in the news, and there'll be that movement towards the goal that Zelensky wants, and the choice that Zelensky wants, and the strong foundation that Zelensky wants for not just him, but all the countries around, like I was saying before, Poland, Germany, Italy, France. He has this. This is the strong foundation, the big strong foundation of the rest of the European countries around that are all against Putin. And Putin's up here with his darkness, and Trump is here trying to reward Putin because he owes him. He owes him for helping him get elected this last time and the time before. I mean, it's not legal. This was a stolen election, but it was Putin that helped all that happen. And Putin most likely has the Epstein files, all of the records and copies of documents and videos. Probably has a big fat server full of all of that. So there's that in the past. Zelensky sees the strength of the position that he's actually in. And with the train card up here, this brings in that element of like goods and things that can go across the land. I mean, I know he's been doing really well with drones in Russia. He's been kicking butt. But this card, besides movement across the land, it has to do with him getting around, and this is a person that's hard to catch, right? So there's that. That's interesting too, and that's another thing that Zelensky's been very, very cognizant of, and he's been manipulating the situation to keep himself safe. So the scary thing is that Trump is, he's committing. Trump is over here committing to Putin, but it's secret. Like, he's already committed. And it's secret. And so there's financial reward for Trump and Putin. Like, it's a money deal. And I think Zelensky knows that. But the way it's going to go, back to the question, right? The way it's going to go for Zelensky and Ukraine. Here's my answer card. This is power. This is power and protection, because I think the other countries commit. We can read the cards in different layers. So one layer is what Trump and Putin are doing, but I think that there are the countries that will commit to give support and money. That's like already on the books, but it's also it's also him being silent about it, Zelensky being silent about it. Like he, you know how Trump said, "You don't have the cards." Remember that meeting? Like, you don't have any cards to play. Yeah, bullshit. This guy doesn't have cards. He's got a lot of cards. He's got a big. I mean, he's got a lot. And it looks to me like he's just going to be able to move forward and follow along with his goals and have more decisions in the future. It's under great burden, and it is going to take quite some time. You know, like I said, 1 to 6 months here. But, you know, what cards I don't have are, well, this card has to do with stealing. But what the cards that didn't come through. So I have 27 cards here out of 52. And what we don't have are the, I don't have the mountain where things are blocked from him. I don't have the mice where land would be minimized. I see freedom and movement up here that's hidden. And the wisdom, the eye up here is all that. It's such a good card. It's about observing and watching and noticing things. I mean, it has his attention, and he does have to be really careful about what's going on, because they are trying, you know, this is Putin and all that, and this is Trump just trying to feed Putin's coffers, right? So there's that. But I don't have the scythe to show like something being cut, like land being cut. I don't even have, like in this deck, there's here's our predator card. Here's the mice stealing. Here's the snake that you can't trust. I don't even have, this is the card I was thinking of. I don't even have this card for like having a big, a lot more of a big battle. I don't think Putin is in a strong position. He's not up here in the top, and Trump is hiding things from Putin. He doesn't really want to be beholden to him, because, you know, that's how psychopaths and narcissists roll. They just use each other. But this is interesting. I'm not seeing, let me scrunch the cards. Let me see if I can do one more layer out here and get a little bit, just a little bit more, without having to do a whole grand tableau, and pop that mat out. That's really big for there's no way I could fit it. Let's see, will this fit? Yeah, no matter how far I put my tripod up and raise the lens, it wouldn't work. So anyway, that's neither here nor there, but so something new. Now this is how it's going to go for Zelensky. His innocence, his something new, something small improvement over the predator, a minimization of the predatory nature and the complications and betrayal that Trump is trying to, you know, because Trump would give him up in a heartbeat, right? But there's some new written agreement, I think. This is so interesting. You know what? Let's do something else. Let's look. Let's look at, let's see, where's my other deck? Where do I have it? Oh, it's back here. Hold on. And my other deck for Trump's health readings. I bring this down quite a ways. That's probably about right. Bear with me. Let's look at Putin's health. Now, I don't know who else is at the Kremlin that would have the same hatred that Putin does. But let's look at his health. The Pudster, how's your health, dude? How is your health? Ooh. Yeah, he definitely, oops, brought it down way too far. He definitely has stomach problems, major stomach problems, lymphatic system issues. Things are not flowing in his body at all. Well, you know, that's how it works. When they're just all mental and full of hate and so conniving, that's not healthy. He's having trouble with his joints. He's having trouble with his digestion and assimilating foods, nutrients. He's has some clarity. He has mental clarity. He's not demented like Trump. Well, not demented in the same way. He's got a fall from grace. He doesn't have grace in his life, but he's got a fall from grace happening there. Yeah, I mean, usually this is a card of, well, when it's reversed, it has to do with overindulgence. It's like my Mickey D's card, but it's not reversed, so I can't say that's true about him. I think it's just his protection that he has at home. Oops, the Star card reversed that's not good. That's okay. Didn't he have Parkinson's in the past? That's what I'm seeing there. So that's still raging within him, and he falls down a lot. No good sleep. Obsessive compulsive disorder, about controlling things in his life, and then also he might trip going upstairs, fall going downstairs, fall flat on his face when he's just, well, I don't have the Ten of Swords, but you know, trip and fall all over the place because he's not, you know, he doesn't have good balance going on, and the stomach problems. Yeah, I mean, he has little bits of clarity here and there, and he can get the truth from other people, but he knows he's falling, and he's also prone to migraines, and then he has his smugness and his, but then again, still, look at all this like water down here. He could go through little periods of gout and from eating just like too much meat and nuts and things like that. That's not good for his particular constitution. Yeah, and then I mean, he's fat. Yeah, he's not fat, but he's like happy, kind of like content, and he does have that safety there. Let's see. Oh, if we were to keep going, it's not too good. I mean, judgment. Oh, so this is more about, I think, him hiding at home, right? Because look at the commonalities here. We have home. Yeah. And then things coming up from the past, judgments from the past. This is terrible when it comes to health, the Five of Pentacles reversed. Unless it could be about, little bits of recovery. But here's a card of being afraid of an assassination. And he doesn't trust any of the younger people around him. Let's see what was at the bottom. So, yeah, the Five of Wands reversed. How having periods of having to just cave in and compromise because and get clarity from other people because he's not doing well. The swords, the Three of Swords coming through on the level of health, we're talking heart surgery or procedures to the heart to help him regain when he has problems. That could also be the Ace of Swords too. The Ace of Swords can definitely be about surgery. So that's interesting. Yeah, especially this one. So overall, I'm seeing the Parkinson's, circulation problems, just to summarize, heart problems, of course, prostate problems, lymphatic system problems. But, you know, he's comfortable and protected while he's at home. Wonder how the Alaskans are going to like him when he comes there. Okay, that's for another time maybe. Or we'll just wait and see. We'll see it on the news. Okay, you guys, thanks so much for hanging in there with me. And I hope you're having a good rest of the weekend. Take good care as always. Bye.